I will make you regret the special treatment you have given me. A light would have descended on Goku, thus sending him to another level. Meanwhile, at the top of the Abyss Massacre, one of the servants of the final boss would be watching everything that was going on with Goku, and how he was able to advance so quickly. Master, it is only a matter of months for Goku to reach level 90, where the energy of Massacre is much stronger. He is not afraid that this mortal will end up surpassing his powers. It would be something very interesting, don't you think so, Zalo? But Master, you are the king of this world. You can't let something like that happen. The two of them are so similar. That young man also passed the Abyss Massacre as fast as this boy is doing. They both advance without fear of dying. Goku, I really hope you can reach level 100, would think the king of the Abyss. Meanwhile, Goku, Father, I ask you to be careful when you fight. From here on, they will do everything possible to end your life. You're humiliating their level bosses in an extreme way. I doubt they will do nothing. I know we haven't used all our power, but for everything we have seen, for sure they will find a way to eliminate you without mercy. I know, son. I shouldn't have humiliated the last 5 bosses. However, there's nothing to fear. You said it yourself. Besides, the more I stay here, my power increases every day. And the most important thing is that I have you, son. At what level do you think that transformation that you usually mention will reach? I could not say for sure, Father, but without using the possession of father and son, you are able to humiliate all the bosses of this abyss whom you have faced. I think Daishinkan is now a simple amateur. I doubt that now with the power he had before, he'll be able to defeat you. Also, although you were about to lose your life many times, not only were you able to gain power, if not much experience in combat, the more time passes, the more we're able to control the purple energy. In your eyes, parents have become much stronger than before. But you know something, son? The more the days go by, I keep asking myself the same question. This question has been going around in my head for a long time. What is all this supposed to be? What is really this abyss? Because beings of great power are isolated and condemned to fight all their lives in this rotten world. I see, so you also think the same, Father. According to what I've been able to analyze, the king of this world must be a powerful one that surpasses everything we have seen before. A being that reaches such a level of power has the aspiration to become much stronger every day, not to stay isolated in a cold world like this. What secrets does the king of this abyss hide? By the way, Gohan, I need to neutralize all this negative energy that's been entering my body lately. Let me know if someone comes near me. On the other hand, Daishinkan was still training with his father. Before going to his last exam, we will go back several months to the past. Father, the power I have achieved by passing the first exam is incredible. I can't wait for the other 2 exams. Well, son, your second exam will not be as easy as the first one. This one will take some time. But father, the least I have is time. Insolent, you dare to correct your father? I've told you 1,000 times. If you want to become an immortal angel, you will have to be patient. Excuse me, father. You can keep talking. Wait a moment, son. I won't let this go unnoticed. You also need some discipline. What are you talking about, father? It was just my mistake. My son, we angels do not make mistakes. We are perfect beings. You think I've reached this position by luck? Because if you think so, you're very wrong. I've achieved it thanks to my great deeds. The father of the angel had made a small applause, thus appearing 2 angels behind Daishinkan. I see, father, you think you can punish me. Suddenly, a fight would have started. Daishinkan would be throwing several key balls toward the 2 angels, but these 2 had the advantage. I don't know how your father could raise someone like you. One of the angels would have spread his wings, launching more than 2,000 feathers. Daishinkan would use again his angel golden spear, but this would not help him. Although he had created a whirlwind with the power of his spear, this would not have diverted the feathers that were going at great speed against him. Suddenly, the power he had received for passing the first test would have disappeared, thus losing much of his strength. The feathers would have hit his whole body. Suffering small electric shocks throughout his body, screams of agony were heard all over the place. Son, while you receive your punishment, I will explain your second test. You must eradicate the sins of this world. Your job will be to bring me the guard from Limbo. He has done things that have not been correct, and therefore you must eliminate it. If you do it, you will pass the second test. The father of the angel would have ordered to remove the feathers from his son. Thus, he fell to the ground in torment. In spite of the angel's inner rage, he would have accepted the second test. Suddenly, from the ground, several hands of dark energy would have come out, thus dragging the angel's body to the place that was known as Limbo, or the place of nothingness. Master, don't you think your son is going a little overboard? You should cancel that test. I don't intend to do anything about it. The place where I send my son is more than sufficient. I doubt he can get out there unharmed. Or what do you say? You didn't lose a leg by entering that place? You asked me on your knees to take you out. No need to remind me of that humiliating moment. By the way, don't you think your son will have less chance of winning without the power you took away from him? I guess you're right. If it wasn't that he was doing the 3 tests, I would have given him anything back. On the other hand, Daishinkan would be dragged to the world of nothingness, thus seeing a completely gray world without any living being. The hands that were on top of him would start to snatch his divine power. But thankfully, his father gave him back his power that he had gotten again. He would have been able to let go of those hands, to start running away from there. This place has a very bad smell. I can only hear wailing, and as far as I can see, the souls that are here are very interested in my divine power. Suddenly, a strange-looking monster would have appeared behind the angel. Who are you? Are you an angel? Please, give me your light. I want to recover my original body. The hands of the being would have stretched out completely, so it tried to catch the angel's body again. You are a very repugnant being. I'll not give you any of my divine energy. Golden Angel Spear. Chaotic shooting. A strong flash went against that monster, thus piercing his head completely. The being had fallen to the ground, but the mere presence of the angel would have attracted more souls. The angel spent more than 2 days fighting without stopping. Perhaps this has no end. They're so weak, but the lack of rest and energy is making my body exhausted. Suddenly, the angel would have fallen to the ground, so several souls would have grabbed his body. My power begins to drain. I cannot allow that. In that mountain of souls would have appeared an energy that would finish them all. The angel, taking advantage that there were no more souls around, would have hidden in a nearby cave. I did not know that this test was so difficult. At least in here I can recover a little of my energy. While the angel was resting, he would have heard footsteps in the place, which would make him wake up immediately. Where does the sound come from? A strong punch would send him flying, causing the cave to be completely destroyed. The angel would begin to vomit blood. From whom was that blow? When looking at the sky, he would look at a very gigantic soul. So you are the angel who entered this world? You really have a very powerful energy. Here that energy is everything. Are you the guard of this place? Ha ha ha, you're wrong. The he would have eliminated you with a single blow. Never compare my strength with that of the guard. I don't know who sent you, but today you're not going to get out alive in any way. The giant fist had fallen on top of him. Daishinkan would use his 2 hands to try to stop the attack. Suddenly, a footstep would cause the ground to split. The angel would fall into the ground, about to be devoured by other souls, but he would use his angel wings to be able to fly. In this world, I cannot use my ki to fly, so I can only use the angel power I have and my golden spear. The angel with the tip of his spear would have cut the foot of the subject, but this would have regenerated. That spear you have is very interesting. Why don't you give it to me? Maybe this way I will spare your life. Stop this nonsense! Sacred light of angel! A powerful light would blind the subject. The angel, without thinking, would have pierced his chest with the spear. But this would be swallowed by the subject. Suddenly, his power would have increased more. This is great. I have become much more powerful thanks to that technique you used. And not only that, you have also attracted more beings like me. This should be a bad joke. In my world, I was one of the strongest, but here I'm just a simple ant? If only I could use ki in this world. The angel would start to escape far away from the place, but the being would have been transported in front of him to give him another blow. I'm just a piece of trash here, just spitting out more and more blood. But I can't ask my father to get me out of here. Ha ha ha, you're just trash now. You look like a scared little bird. Why don't I pluck those wings of yours and make myself a nice ornament? Wait a minute, I know what to do with my remaining power. The angel would have opened its wings so that more than 500 feathers would come out at the same time. The feathers would have fallen on the being. You think you can defeat me with a few feathers? We will see about that. A very powerful discharge of energy would have made the subject start to scream. His chest had opened momentarily, revealing the angel's spear. It's now or never, I need to retrieve my spear. The angel would move extremely fast to get his spear back. The subject's power would have reduced considerably. Damn you, what are you doing? Give me back my spear. What are you talking about? This is my spear, and I will teach you myself how to use it correctly. The angel's weapon would have increased in size, and therefore would have been fired at the subject. If it hits me, I will be in big trouble. But although the monster tries to move, it is unable to do anything, as it was under the ability of the angel's feathers. I promise you that I will reincarnate again, and I will take revenge. These would be his last words before disappearing. What just happened? Perhaps my son was able to copy your technique, to use it to his benefit. Father, I promise you that I will get out of here. Just wait for me.